Well, hello again, welcome back. So this will be our second training for progressive calisthenics. I intend to do more with advanced movements as we go on. I'll probably show you those next week sometime. All right, so if you've already looked at day one, that is upper body work, this would be day two, lower body work. I'm also going to explain toward the end of the video how you can incorporate one of two different types of workouts using both these progressions, okay? So today is all lower body. That's to say everything from the waist down. So quads, hamstrings, and of course glutes, okay? So we're gonna be going over all of that stuff. I'll try and make this a shorter video today. So I know the first one was a little bit long. Again, you can watch this in segments. You don't have to run through it the whole time. You can also formulate this on your own. There is no true set workout to this. I'm just going ahead and giving you different ideas on how you can use these different exercises and put it into a workout or a training that you can do several times a week. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to move the chair over to the side for right now. We'll be using that in a moment. So first exercise with legs. I'm going to do something basic today, and again, I'll do more advanced movements as we move on through different videos, and I'll let you know when those videos are going to come up. So today is a basic squat, is what we're going to start with. I'm not going to do much on this because everybody should know how to squat. I'll just point out some fine-tuning points, okay? So basic squat, you can take any real stance you want, but being that we're going to go basic, I'm going to go with just my hip distance apart. So that is my legs are a little bit wider than hip. They're pointing forward on a slight angle outward, okay? And of course, to bring the squat in, I'm going to come down, hopefully to a 90-degree angle, come up and squeeze everything. When I say squeeze, what I want to see or feel that you're going to do is core engages, hips and glutes are tight, quads are engaged. So you're tight or engaged all the way through. Down, inhale, exhale. Now, one thing that I want to point out, and I see a lot of people doing this in class, I never understood why. It really makes no sense at all. It's unnecessary. And I learned this a long time ago when I was weightlifting with some bodybuilders, I mean big boys, okay? Some big girls too. So I want to bring this point out because it's really, I feel, a good point to help fine-tune the correct form of this. Okay, so of course the squat, parallel, back straight, everybody understands that. When you come up, what I've seen people do in class is this. I call it hip humping. Okay, and of course there's nothing wrong with that motion, but I'd like to save that motion for another time in another place, not in the gym, okay? You all understand that, I don't have to go over that. Okay, there's no need for this stuff when you squat. I don't understand it. All it does is take the workload off your legs and put it right here in the low back. Why the hell are you doing that? I don't know, okay? Well, Pat, I want to tighten everything. I want everything. I want to work my glutes. I want to get this. Cool, watch. Down, up. My knees are slightly bent. The trick here is I'm engaged. Remember in the beginning I said you want to squeeze. All this is tight. All this is tight. I don't need to run forward with this. All I have to do is squeeze everything. My core, my glutes, my quads, and my hamstrings are all tight at that point with my knees still slightly bent. I'm not going to lock out. Think about it. If you're using weight, you're putting that weight now off of the quads and throwing it into a little bit of your knee joint. You don't need to do that. If you do the hump, you're throwing it onto your low back. What are you doing? You're going to hurt yourself. Down, squeeze. 2. Perfect, okay? That again is a basic squat. I'm not going to go over more advanced ones. I'll save that for another day, okay? So let's say now you've done a couple of sets of squats. I'm not going to go over repetitions just yet. I'll talk about that in a bit. Let's go on to another leg movement, okay? So this leg movement is a single leg movement. And a lot of you have taken classes with me, you know various single leg movements. This one is based on a pistol squat, okay? Now, I don't know, I just got through working my own legs. I don't know that I can do a pistol squat quite well without falling on my ass, but we'll try it. So basically a pistol squat, I'm using this as a counterweight, is a single leg movement. And what you're trying to do, and again, forgive me if I fall on my butt, is bring the leg out and press up. Okay? That's a pistol squat. With or without weight. I use the weight as a counterbalance point. You can also use it as an assisted squat. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a bench. Okay? So again, this is my bench. And on this one, again, I want something that's going to be knee height. Okay? My knee height. So a kitchen chair would be fine. Whatever you have around the house that might be that height. And all I'm going to simply do is make it first so I can sit. I'll use both legs just to practice that, okay? I'm going to bring one leg out in front and come back up, okay? Let me sit back a little bit further. That's called an assisted single leg squat. Great, great exercise. It's a shorter range of motion. Some of you people have seen people doing bench squats where you'll squat down, tap the butt lightly, and come up. Same idea, only now it's a single leg movement. Again, repetitions, one leg, two leg, several sets. Boom, we're done. Okay. Move this back off to the side. So now you have two exercises for lower body. Again, I'm just giving you ideas. We'll bring more into it as the weeks go on. Next one is called a drinking bird. Again, it's another single leg exercise. And this one really hits the hamstrings, okay? Now, I use something to hold on to, so I will use this. And the reason why I do that, as my legs start to tire, and I have already done a number of exercises, I tend to wobble a little bit. For me, I'd rather hold on to something lightly and keep my true form and my balance as opposed to having to play like this, which takes away from the exercise. So for me, I'll hold on to something just to give me a little assist, and I'll explain how to do that correctly in a moment. So I'm going to be on one leg. I'm going to bring an arm out in front of me. Okay, let's do this right leg so you can see a little bit more. Arm is out. I flatten. Boom. Now, I'm looking to make a straight line. I'm not looking to twist. I'm looking to make this straight line. Come straight down, come back up, don't let the leg touch. All in here. Can you keep your knee slightly bent? Of course you can. I tend to lock mine out. I have a little bit more flexibility. That's an individual thing. You do what you can on your own with that one. Now, when I said I hold on to something, I don't like to grip something because then it takes too much focus on that. I just want to have something there as sort of an assurance to keep my form true. So what I do on different exercises where I balance, and I've explained this in class before, is something they call tenting. T-E-N-T-I-N-D, like a tent, tenting, okay? And if you think of all 5 fingers holding on to a wall, a bar, or whatever it may be, rather than hold on this way, I might start that way until I feel confident enough, and I'll start to move fingers away. So where I might start with all my 5 hands gripped around, I'm going to eventually start to peel back some fingers where I might just be lightly holding on with one finger to do the exercise. Okay? And back up. So again, you're looking to make that straight line. It's called the drinking bird exercise, okay? I guess birds drink that way, I don't know. Anyway, it really works the hamstrings real well. And it's a nice complement to the work, the 2 exercises or so, whatever they may be that you've already done. Okay, we're gonna move on. We have 2 more exercises that I'm gonna go over with you today. Okay, and I'm gonna use the chair on this one again. Now, this is called a Belgian lunge, okay? Again, people in my class know exactly what that means. If you've taken some of my strength classes with me, you've done these with me before. Okay, now, Belgian lunge or Belgian squat is basically one leg behind you, one leg up in front. What makes it a Belgian lunge, or why it's called a Belgian lunge, one is elevated. Now, normally in class, we'll do it off a bench, so it might be 8 inches, 10 inches off the ground. Here I'm going to use, again, something knee height. And basically, all I'm going to do is bring one leg forward, place one foot back behind me on the bench. Okay? Look at my form, make sure I'm tight. Come down into a lunge position. So you notice this nice stretch I'm getting in here. You notice this leg is doing the primary work up. And again, you can lock a little bit, squeeze a little bit. I tend to leave a little bend there because I like to keep the work right here. So down, back up. This one again is a Belgian lunge or Belgian squat. Similar again to a basic lunge or a stationary lunge. Whoops, excuse me. Okay, stationary lunge. Everybody knows those. That's a stationary lunge because you're not moving forward and back. Those are also great exercises. And in a row, if you were doing the ones we've already done or some similar exercises, that would be your 4th exercise for legs. Okay, again, at this point, what I'm showing you is how to highlight just your lower body. Okay, not bringing in any upper body work. I'm going to do one more exercise right now, and then I'll discuss with you for a few moments on how to incorporate this in the training using what we did in the upper body work as well. Okay, so the last exercise, we're on the ground for this one. This one's called a candlestick bridge. Okay, a lot of you know this one. Again, I've done these in class before. And I lay flat on my back, bring my hands next to me, raise one leg up over me. The other knee is bent. And what I'm going to do is push up from my pelvic or my midsection or my core, lift, hold for a brief moment, come back down without touching the ground. I'm a little bit off the ground, up and squeeze. Similar to, which is perfectly fine to do. There's other ones I'll show you again more advanced. There's 3-point bridges and all that stuff. Right now we're just going to go through that one. Again, that's called a candlestick bridge. One leg elevated, one knee bent. Come up to the top position, hold a brief second, 1, 2, 3. Back down without touching the hips to the ground. Come back up. Again, you do your sets and reps on that one. Okay, so that gives you, what do we do? Squats, 2, 3, 4, 5 exercises for lower body. You really don't need to do more there. Now you can add as you go on if you feel you need to, but if you're doing them correctly, your legs are going to get a good pump. Okay, so let's discuss how to formulate some of this into a workout or a training program. Now, yesterday I talked about, I believe in the video I mentioned how you can do a 3-day split, let's say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or how you can do a 2-day split. 2-day split is 2 days of work, 1 day off, 2 days of work, and then usually it's the weekend. If you start, let's say on a Monday, you have Saturday and Sunday to do whatever it is you want to do, and then you repeat it again on Monday. So, let's take a 3-day split, and let's take the days Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can do whatever days you want, but you want that day off in between, and here's the reason why. So what you do, you have those exercises that we did for upper body in the previous video. Now you could take any 3 or 4 of those exercises, do, let's say, anywhere between 2 to 3 sets of each for whatever repetition range you can do in good, concise form. You don't want to throw the form away, okay? You want to keep the form always good. How do you know what rep range to go? Well, I could do 20 good push-ups. I could do a lot more. I'm just taking that as an example. I could do 20 concise, perfect push-ups. All right, great. I could do 50, I could do 60. That's not what you're looking to do. You're looking to do those push-ups in a decent amount, Let's say you start with 12 to 15 repetitions for 3 sets. So I did my push-ups. Now remember, we're just talking about upper body for the moment. That's one complete exercise. I'm done with push-ups. Let's say now I want to go and do a second exercise for upper body, and you should. So I'm going to do, what was next in the row there? I think we did push-ups. Was it invert? Oh, pull-ups. So now I don't know how many of you, again, are going to invest in a pull-up bar, can do pull-ups at home, or interested, and I'll mention something on that real quick as well. So let's say you do have a pull-up bar, or you're going to plan this to get one. I'm going to do 2 sets of pull-ups. Whether the hands are forward or facing you, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do 2 sets of those. Good. Now I can pick the rep range that I can get in good form, chin over bar, and back down. Another way to do these, and I didn't mention this in the video, is let's say you do have a pull-up bar, but you can't do a damn pull-up. Cool. There's a way of doing what they call a negative, okay? So I'm going to take a chair and maybe place it below me. So I can lift my chin just to above the bar. Not where it's over the bar, but equal with the bar. You don't want to put your chin over the bar. Don't do that, okay? So I'm equal with the bar. I take my feet off the chair and I, slow as I possibly can, do a negative down, okay? Boom. Bottom position. Put your feet back on the chair, get back above the bar, and drop, okay? So that's one way of building strength to help you with your pull-ups, okay? They're called negatives. You're at the top position and you're slowly dropping yourself down. Works really well. Another way to do them is to buy another purchase. Everybody's seen these exercise bands in class. They open up, wrap it around the bar, put your foot through, boom. These are assist. A lot of you've seen in the gym, they have the weighted machine that you can adjust the weight so the pull-ups become very easy. Same idea, a lot less expensive and a lot easier to store away, okay? So you can definitely use something like this to help you with your pull-ups. It's called an assist, okay, basically is what you're going to do. Okay, so let's say I did some pull-ups. If you don't have a pull-up bar, you have no intention of getting them, we'll go on to this next exercise. And here we're going to go and do, now, we're going to do the inverted press that I showed you. Okay, basic one, right? Down, back up. So I'm going to do a couple of sets. Let's say we take 3 sets of those. Okay, you could do this in place of your pull-ups if you're not going to have any intention of doing pull-ups at all. So do this as the second upper body exercise. Then for the third exercise, you can go back and do a different type of push-up. So let's say you did a standing push-up. Maybe on the second time around, just to add another exercise for upper body, you can go ahead and do close grip arrowhead push-ups, okay? Under the chest and back up. That's in one of the videos I did on push-up progressions. We do 3 sets of those. So now you have 3 exercises down. You have push-ups, either pull-ups or inverted presses, push-ups again. Now if you did the pull-ups as your second exercise, go next and do those inverted presses, okay? After the inverted presses, you can do a tricep exercise, maybe chair dips of some type, okay? Great exercise to do also. I don't know, I know a lot of people in my boxing class especially go on during the rounds and stuff when they're not hitting the bag and do wall handstands. Now, I didn't mention this in the upper body, so I'm going to mention it now. So, wall handstand. Take a wall, hands close to the ground, kick up, and you've got your wall handstand. Now, how is this going to help? Okay, what you're basically going to do is try and hold these up for time. Okay, so if I want to add these into a set. If I want to add these in as an exercise, I can do those for periods of time. 10 seconds, 20 seconds if I can hold it, 40 seconds. Whatever you can do comfortably in that tight form. And if you guys want, let me know. I will do a tutorial on handstands and how to progress up into doing them. If you're not practicing them, they're a great thing to practice. That inverted press is one of the drills you would do to help strengthen the shoulders, to help with handstands. So that's a fourth exercise you could add in. We also did core work, leg raises, knee raises, hanging. Okay, I showed you L-sits. You can also work those on chairs as well. So now you have your upper body work. So I'm going to pick for upper body any exercise I can do. I'm going to go between maybe doing the first exercise, push-up or whatever it is, for 3 sets, X amount of reps. Second exercise, maybe 2 sets, and we're going to take this from a beginning point of view. Third exercise, I'll go back, whatever that exercise might be, and do 3 more sets of whatever repetition. Fourth exercise, you can do wall handstands, knee raises, triceps. Again, so you're going with 1 exercise for 3 sets, the second exercise for 2 sets, third exercise for 3 sets, fourth exercise, 2 sets, fifth exercise, 3 sets. You've got 5 exercises, upper body. Now, this is on the 3-day split. I'm going to go down and work my legs. I showed you what to do for legs. Boom, you've got your leg workout. Now that's one way of progressing. Now, if it's too much work to do that 3-day split with all those exercises, knock an exercise off or drop back on a set on each of the exercises you're doing, okay? You don't have to do all that complete. So let's say for argument's sake, I did 4 upper body exercises on Monday and 4 lower body exercises on Monday. Wednesday I would repeat the same thing. Friday I would repeat the same thing. That's week 1. Week 2, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Maybe adding a repetition or 2 to each of those exercises for each set. Okay? Week 3, I would do the same thing. I would add that. Week 4, I would do the same thing. So by week 4, I've advanced each of those exercises for each set by 2 repetitions each week. So by the end of that month, I've added close to 8 to 10 repetitions on each exercise. That's progression. That's how you get stronger, shape and tone, or if you're doing enough work and more perhaps, and eating differently, adding some size if that's what you wish to do. For the ladies out there, you're only going to add size, bulk, if you eat a lot more. And I know you're not going to do that because it's not something most women are interested in doing. More interested in the toning factor or losing weight. Well, the losing weight part isn't going to come from this. This is going to come from, this is going to create strength and toning. The weight losing, or if that's your interest, is going to come from your heart rate work, your cardio work. That can go back to the 6-week kind of training that we did, the 20-10, the 40-20, or those 20 set things, okay? All right, so we're off of that. You've got your first month done with 3-day-a-week split. Let's say month 2 comes, or if you're already at an advanced stage, that is the 3-day-a-week isn't enough for you. You can do a 2-day split. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday you would do only upper body, okay? Here you can add an exercise, you can add more repetitions. You can even start to incorporate, if you have some dumbbells or kettlebells, and holding them in certain exercises. Of course, not the push-up, not a pull-up. More on lower body, you can do stuff like that with your squats and your legs and stuff like that. So Monday I would just do, this is on the 2-day split, Monday I would do just upper body work, okay? Shoulders, chest, back, core. Tuesday, just legs. So you're isolating body parts, which means you can do more work. Add a set to each, add more repetitions to each, or again, you can add a little weight. Wednesday I take off or do some light stretching or whatever it is I decide to do, go for a nice walk. Thursday, I'd go back to doing Monday's workout. Friday, I'd go back to doing Tuesday's workout, lower body. Saturday, Sunday off, or again, whatever exercising or stuff you may do. Come the second week on the 2-day split, you go with the same format that you did with the 3-day split, in that you'd add more repetitions to each of the exercises. Third week, fourth week, same idea, okay? By the end of that first month in the 2-day split, you're going to be going into more advanced exercises, which is something I'm going to get into probably next week. I'll show you some of the formats that you can do with the push-ups and presses and things like that, and pull-ups and things like that, handstand work. And again, if you want to learn more about handstands, please let me know. I will do a tutorial on that. Somebody also asked me if I would ever thought of doing a Zoom kind of thing where we would have a live get-together where everybody would tune into Zoom and I do a workout with you, or perhaps do an animal flow workout. If you're interested in that, let me know. One lady did ask about it. I haven't really given any thought to that, but if that's something you want me to do, please let me know, and perhaps I will do something like that. Okay, I think I pretty much covered everything. Again, I'll send this out later today. Any questions, please write to me. Let me know which is on your mind. Love you guys. Be safe out there. We'll talk soon. Have a great day.